Hi guys, it's Lynn again. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name's Lynn. I am an overseas student from Vietnam. I have been working and studying in the UK for the last 10 years and I'm now working as a pharmacist. However, in this year, I'm taking a gap year in which I want to explore other meaning of life for me to pursue a meaningful and fulfilling life. An interesting concept that I would like to share with you guys today is Ikigai. Iki in Japanese is life and guide is like the value of the worth that you have for this life. And this concept is adapted by the resident of an island in the southern part of Japan called Okinawa. This is actually one of the blue zones around the world. So the blue zones are the area on earth where people have the longest life expectancy. And here they share all the secrets and meaningful and the recipe for a long, happy and fulfilling life. And there's supposed to be something that worth learning about this, so I thought, why not explore it a bit further? And this concept is widely used, and one of the neuroscientists, Ken Mogi, he written a book called Awakening Your Ikigai. He said that Ikigai is an ancient and familiar concept for the Japanese, and it can be translated easily as the reason to wake up in the morning. And I wanted to find out what was it that happened to Lynn 5 years ago when she was so passionate about pharmacy. She couldn't wait to get up in the morning, to go out, to make a difference, to make all that interventions and to improve patients' quality of life. And what happened to me why did I change? And I want to go back to my old self. I want to find my Ikigai, and this is an awakening that I managed to find myself again, and it's acting as a compass for me to find out, to have a direction. It's like a GPS for my life to go out there and make a difference. Guys, also related to a concept that's been described by an Hungarian American psychologist, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, and he described the concept called flow. And that flow concept is when you are so focused on the task that you need to do and you just dive straight in, and that is when your brain is voluntarily stretched into a state when it's not too difficult, that so it's create an anxiety for you, but also to be challenging, so that your brain is engaged into all that and you losing all the concept in time. And Ikigai suggests to us that the more you get to spend in that flow state, the more happy life that you can have. And it's like an interesting quote that I come across recently. Simon Sinek has written that if you pursue something that you are passionate about, you are really interested in, it is your passion. But if you are doing a task that doesn't bring you any meaning or doesn't add any extra benefit to other people, for you it is an extra stress, an extra pressure adding into you, and you will approach to it is completely different mindset. So in which this Ikigai, there's 4 different factors that intercept for you to achieve a sweet spot to reach that flow state. I'm gonna show you in this diagram, and here I will tell you what are those factors are for and how does that relate to our life. So number 1, in order to do that, you have to be good at what you do. If you had a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is that you are at beginner level and 10 will be when you reach the mastery level. Everyone would have different capacities. Factor number 2 is you get to do what you enjoy to do, and again you only know what you enjoy doing after you spend enough time, after you carrying enough deep work. And one of the books I've recently read is called Grit, and in there Angela Duckworth, she mentions about her children and how she raised them and how she let them try different activities, and they need to spend enough time. So in her time frame it was 2 years for them to expand and explore enough and get into the deeper level, into different activity, whether it is playing piano or playing guitar or gymnastics, so that they have experience enough, then they can make their own decision whether they would like to pursue. Again, I use pharmacy a lot because it's really applied to me, and I like to reflect on my own experience. And as I say, I give it enough time. I spent 7 years to study pharmacy and got to the point when I questioned myself, is this everything that I ever wanted? Am I going to stop here and be happy to be a pharmacist for the rest of my life, or would I like to expand it further and go and explore other skills and habits that I haven't had chance to be able to try? Went to this YouTube channel as well. This is my new hobby. It's opened a different horizon that I would like to explore. And that was the reason, again, go back to the reason why I've started this channel. And I would like to give myself enough time for that, for enough time for me to get enough exposure into this new hobby. So at the end of it, whether it's a year or two, I know that I have given myself a fully 100% focus into this hobby, and whatever happened, at least I have tried it. And there is an interesting concept that I had come across recently. It's the regret minimization framework, and it's like to your old self if you are in your 80s, and what would you, I would not regret that I have to spend this gap year to try this new hobby. I would regret if I would just stay comfortable and be a pharmacist for the rest of my life, but I would not regret that I've taken this time to let myself be free. Factor number 3 of Ikigai is that job that you do, how much value does it give to the society? Does the world need whatever you would like to pursue? From my experience, whether I am a pharmacist or whether I work in a salon, a nail technician, or whether I am a YouTuber, these are the identity that I have for myself. In those identity, there are certain values that I create to the world. If I'm a pharmacist, then I'm making an intervention for the journey for the patient to recover from their illness much faster. If I am at a salon, then I am a happy technician that I enjoy my little chit chat with my clients when they come in for their new extensions. And if I am a YouTuber, then I manage to share all the learning and the knowledge that I've got through other people who haven't come across this concept. For example, in this topic that we're talking about today, Ikigai, and how it will help you pursue a happy life. And factor number 4 of the Ikigai diagram is whether what you do generate an income. Going back to the Ikigai concept, in order to pursue into something in a long term, or to create a fundamental work or create work that actually give value to the world, you have to give yourself enough time. And you can make a start, but you won't be able to sustain it if your basic need is not met. So the basic needs that we're talking about here is that you need to have a roof over your head, you still need food on the table, you still need all the electricity and the water, the Wi-Fi, all that, so that you can connect people. 4 different factors individually in the Ikigai diagram. So let's try to combine with just 2 factors. If you love what you do and you're good at what you do, then it's a passion. Again, it's not sustainable because it doesn't add any value to the world. And how would you know that whatever you do is enough? Example number 7 is that you love what you do, and if the society needs you. For those that like to be the volunteer or the doctors and nurses that work in the rural area and they enjoy what they do, and the society misses, and it's ultimately become their mission, the mission to make the world a better place. Example number 3 is that society needs you and you can make money from it. So that's the most common intercept that the majority of us are doing. It's become a job because you need the job, you need to keep it because it's pay the bill, but you're not necessarily passionate about it. Final example is that you do what you love and you make money from it. And if you get to that but the society doesn't really need you, then again you won't be able to sustain it in a long term, and again it's not an Ikigai guide. Let's try again and combine 3 factors in the Ikigai. So what happens if we're trying to combine 3 components of the Ikigai diagram could be able to sustain it over a long run? Example number 1 is that when you enjoy what you do, you are very good at it and you're making money from that, but the society doesn't need you, you will not be able to sustain it over the long run. Example number 2, then you enjoy what you do, you are very good at it, society needs you, but you don't make any money from it. The majority of people would just go and spend the majority of their time to do a job that they don't enjoy so that they can receive an income to meet the basic needs. Then whatever spare time that they have, they would pursue project that they're really passionate about. Example number 3 is that you enjoy what you do, you're making money from it, society needs you, but you are not good at it. And again, an example of these would be you could try to do a task, but the task doesn't fit your strengths. Again, it's a question for us to tell ourselves if we fit into this category, that maybe whatever you decided doesn't fit your capability, and you just have to accept that there's a ceiling there, and recognizing that maybe there is enough time for us to put a stop in there. We have invested enough time and energy into that task, and it's about time for us to put that experiment aside and try something else better. The final example would be the society needs you, you make money from it, and you're good at what you do, but you don't enjoy doing what you do. I think it's happened to a lot of us, a lot of my peers even, that we are qualified pharmacists and we don't really enjoy what we do, and we fell out of love with the career that we chose. And it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to accept that the career that you decided to pursue when you was 18 and now you're 38 or 48, you're no longer passionate about that career, and it's okay to feel like that. The majority of us would too. So used to having that steady paycheck, so used to having that stable, secure life, paycheck after paycheck, that we are not willing to experiment with ourselves, that we have to sustain a certain character to society, that we will just carry on doing what we do, feeling empty inside, but we too afraid to get out of our comfort zone. And unfortunately, it happened to a lot of people. Fortunately, it takes a lot of courage to be able to go against the grains. And I hope that if you are in this category, it would just be brave enough. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to give yourself a second opportunity to expand a different horizon, carry out the minimization framework so that you're not regretting of trying. So it's a conclusion that in order to achieve Ikigai, you need 4 components combined intercept to be able to carry out tasks you needed to do, that you love doing, that society needs you, and that you make income from it, so that you can sustain whatever you need to do in a long run. And another 10 rules of Ikigai that's really interesting is that there's number 1, stay active and do not retire. People think that when they get to retirement age that they would just be enjoying sitting there sofa and not doing anything, and that would just make them feel really bored. Rule number 2, stay active. Rule number 3, don't fill your stomach, and it suggests an interesting suggestions that you should just eat until you reach your 80% full. Rule number 4, surround yourself with good friends. So recognizing, looking around your circle. Are your friends happy with whatever you achieve? Are they supporting you to pursue whatever crazy goal that you set for yourself? Rule number 5 is to get in shape, and suggesting you to implement a small, gentle daily activity so that you stay in shape. And rule number 6, which I really enjoy, is keep smiling. Another interesting concept is that your body language will change if you're changing your facial expression. If you try it for yourself, if you just pretend to smile, you actually feel much happier. Your brain actually still releases serotonin, is a happy chemical when you actually smile through your teeth. Rule number 7 is reconnect with nature, and again go back to the other video when I suggested the habits that really adding extra benefit into your life. It just go walking. Number 9 is to live in the moment. We're present here, but our mind is somewhere else, wondering, thinking what the next task that we have to do. But Ikigai suggests us to live slowly, enjoying the moment, to be here and now. And another Ikigai guide for us to pursue it is that we need to give thanks and feel grateful for the thing that you have, having that positive affirmation to the life that you already given, to be alive, to be able to expand all this. And life is 10% of what happened to you, but 90% how you react to it, and feel thankful for the thing that you already have. Feel, and even just take a slow step to send your colleagues, people who support you, to become who you are today. We need to have all 4 factors of that Ikigai to be able to get into that flow state, to be able to pursue the meaningful life. And success is just combination of many days when you get to reach your flow state. That's when you get to do whatever you love, whatever you're passionate about, you are really good at it, and it's create an extra value to the world, and you get paid for that. And it's like Elon Musk, who relentlessly pursued an electric company, relentless with the mission to send people to Mars, all that crazy goal that he set for himself. His success doesn't happen overnight. And if you want to find out more about him, read his bibliography, and you just see it definitely will be justified. He didn't sit there and wish it all happened. He actually put in an extra effort into it. Or like those successful athletes, they would stick to their training plan, go straight to their training every single day. They don't sit and wait for their moment, feel like they need to do and do it. They do it every single day, relentlessly endlessly and wait for it to compound over time, and all of a sudden they become expert level and they're creating so much value to our world. Flow is a string of best moments, the moment when we are at our best, and I hope I get to discover my Ikigai one day. And if you have managed to discover your Ikigai, then let me know in the comment below, how did you manage to find it? Had it actually changed your life totally? And I know I'm only at the beginning of pursuing my Ikigai, but I would like to use this channel to document it in there and how much meaning have I discovered from pursuing my Ikigai. I will use it as my direction, my purpose, my reason for being, to live rather than just survive. It doesn't matter what happened to me tomorrow. I know that I have lived a fulfilling life. I know that I've managed to give myself every opportunity to try whatever I've set for myself, and I hope you get to do that too. And together, me and you, we could live an Ikigai inspired lifestyle so that it helps us to live a long and healthy life, to expand our ability to manage stress, to avoid sedentary lifestyle, to value our emotional awareness, to develop a positive attitude and get adequate sleep. And that's all for me today. I hope you find it useful. If you have learned even just one thing from this video, please press the like button, share it out to support me grow my channel. And that's all from me today, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you for listening and take care. Bye bye.